What's going on, Red Nation? No matter what nation you're in, welcome to Rockets Daily, brought to you by FanArch. My name is David Delano. Another episode to talk about all things dialing in with the Houston Rockets. Now, over 80 episodes in, go ahead and subscribe so that you're notified anytime one of the next 80 and beyond drop. One thing that we're going to go ahead and talk about today, I know that this is Rockets Daily, but definitely what happens around the league, what happens with other teams definitely affects the Rockets. And what we're going to go ahead and get into today, we're going to dive right into it. We're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. It's probably safe to say, if you're a diehard Rockets fan, you probably don't like the Golden State Warriors, right? But they've kind of been like Thanos, right? They've been inevitable for the Houston Rockets lately. Even Rockets had some down years, now on the way back up, made it to the postseason last year. What did we run into? The Golden State Warriors. What are we going to run into early in the season? The NBA Cup. So whether you love them or hate them, and you probably don't love them if you're watching this. If you do love them and you're Warriors fans, though, go ahead and chime in. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to stop by anytime. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the Warriors and some moves that they made that I want to go ahead and address. So first thing I'll talk about, two guys that we talked about on the show throughout the offseason. Only one that seemed like a realistic option, though, or really the right fit for the Rockets, and that was Seth Curry, not to be confused with Steph Curry, but Seth Curry, maybe someone that I personally just felt would be a great fit for this team if we had that 15th roster spot. If we were able to really fill it at this point, and it just didn't happen. And a lot of guys, a lot of players around the league, it just didn't happen. But the Golden State Warriors did make it happen, and Seth is uniting with his brother, reuniting, however you want to say it, with his brother Seth. And Warriors right now at about 47 wins on the over/under season win totals. Rockets obviously ahead right now with 53.5 to 54.5, depending on the book. But overall, you look at this Warriors roster, and it's starting to really come together. They ended up working things out, at least for now, with Jonathan Kuminga, Al Horford going over to the Golden State Warriors, Gary Payton II working things out with the Golden State Warriors. Now you've got Seth Curry going over to the Golden State Warriors, and they still have their core. And last season, obviously, the Rockets have Kevin Durant now, but Golden State, how far would they have gone? Steph Curry getting injured last season obviously had a big effect on things. Jimmy Butler definitely was not the playoff Jimmy of the Miami Heat days, of the prime Miami Heat days, I should say, last season. But with more with more time in the system, this is still a dangerous team over there. So right now with the Rockets, just kind of thinking of teams we're going to match up with later, and we're going to find out early on in the NBA Cup how the Rockets match up against the Golden State Warriors. But the Golden State Warriors definitely making some moves in a team to be out on the lookout for. Next team to go ahead and tackle here is going to be the Denver Nuggets. And the Denver Nuggets, definitely a team that right now, and I'm going to go through my predictions for the season, but definitely a team that right now at this point in time that I would have power rated just a little bit higher than the Houston Rockets. You look at what they've done in the offseason overall. They still have their core overall, obviously. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. They did move off of Michael Porter Jr., but you look at the changes that they made to the roster, getting in Cam Johnson. They got Jonas Valanciunas now off of the bench to relieve Joker, give him some different looks. Could be something to match up well also against our big lineup. Bruce Brown didn't seem to really be a fit the other places that he left. Back over with the Denver Nuggets, they may get the best of him. Tim Hardaway Jr. So this is also a very scary team, and just taking off the. Like I said, I'm not gonna glaze the Rockets or be a fanboy on here. Just being objective on how I see it right now. I do think after the Oklahoma City Thunder that Denver would be the team that probably would rank us second in the West. And also one thing to keep into consideration with that is, and we'll, obviously wishing everyone the best, but see how long, the run of good health has been with Jokic. When you look at some of the guys, even on our roster, already dealing with, obviously, the big injury to Fred VanVleet and also Dorian Finney-Smith now, who not out for, obviously, as long. He's going to be back. But even looking at some of Kevin Durant's history, I think even injury-wise, I know Jamal Murray has had some issues with injuries in his career, but Denver Nuggets are definitely a team that you have to be on the lookout for, and we will get into the full NBA predictions before the season starts. Next thing, let's go ahead and drop into our Rockets history. We're going to talk about the 2017-2018 season under Mike D'Antoni, and we've been going way back with our history. All right, sorry for the brief transitional cut. If Stephen A. Smith can do it, I can do it, right? Well, we'll see. Hopefully Fan Arch isn't upset with me. What's going on, man? This episode of Rockets Daily today, a little bit late. You just don't want to take no naps. Over there screaming. What's up, man? You like the studio? We got one last section. We'll talk about this Rockets history. Okay? You haven't really seen a lot of it. Want to talk about this Rockets history. Right now we're talking about this 2017-2018 Houston Rockets season. This was a great year for the Houston Rockets. This was one of the best seasons ever in franchise history. But it didn't end in a championship. It was a little disappointing because this is one of those years that for all the newer Rockets fans, there's a lot of people, they're all older than you, but there's a lot of people that, they don't remember some of the things we've been talking about with this Rockets history. Hey, you gotta act good on here. They don't remember all the things that we've been talking about in Rockets history, but most of the people watching this, yeah, they probably remember the 2017-2018 season, and that's the season that the Houston Rockets went 65-17, number one seed in the Western Conference. And we talked about the Golden State Warriors earlier on today's episode. They've been inevitable, really, and they just haven't been able to get over the hump, and it's really one of those things, and a lot of people may be even upset for me really bringing up the Golden State Warriors. Because of things like this 2017-2018 season. That was the season, Rockets were up 3-2. We had an injury to Chris Paul and lost in 7 games. And I'll always remember this as just being very upset with the analytics and all of the missed 3-point shots in that game. And I forget exactly how many missed threes in a row we encountered. I really don't even want to look it back up, but it was really frustrating. But the Rockets, great season, lost in 7 games to the Golden State Warriors that year in the 2017-2018 season. And you've been good, so I'm not going to go on too much longer. Sorry that this episode of Rockets Daily dropped a little bit longer in the day. Say hi to everybody. You won't see them tomorrow, but you did make your little appearance. And all right, we're going to cut it off while it's still good. Thanks so much for watching Rockets Daily, guys. Had a lot of episodes together. Thanks so much for watching me. Might as well do a little personal touch, get to know each other a little bit better. Hopefully, man, I'll run into some of you guys at some games this year. If you ever do, come and say hi, man. I would definitely love that. Just a regular dude, man. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this episode of Rockets Daily, brought to you by Fan Arch, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Say bye, buddy.